Hello, I am Damien I, Kauchman, and this is TFP, Episode 1, The Unveiling. It was a cold, dark night in Hoke City. The manager at Hoke Financial Bank, Mr. Woodruff, was locking up as he prepared to head home for the evening. Suddenly, a dark, shadowy figure stepped out to greet Mr. Woodruff. "Hello there, sir. Could I bother you for a minute of your time?" the individual said. "Sure, my friend. What can I do you for?" asked Mr. Woodruff. The man pulled a gun and began to speak. "Mr. Woodruff, would you kindly open the bank and take me to the vault?" A look of utter fear overcame the banker's face. He fidgeted with his keys for a moment or two, but then was finally able to open the door and calmly led the man to the vault. "No screwing around here, old man. I don't have time for you to try and be a hero. If you try anything, and I mean anything, you're dead. Got that?" the man said. Mr. Woodruff, unable to muster a vocal response, calmly nodded and proceeded to the vault. He led the man down a small dark hallway to another door. He entered the code and scanned his thumbprint, as was required, and opened the vault door, revealing numerous unopened bags of money. "Good. Thanks for the help. Now get your ass in gear and load the money into my car out back." The banker began moving the bags from the vault to a nearby cart. After a few minutes, the cart was full, and the man led him to the car. After arriving at the car, the man instructed Mr. Woodruff to load the bags into the trunk. Mr. Woodruff opened the trunk, took one look inside, and passed out. "What the hell?" shouted the man as he walked to the car and peered into the trunk. Upon seeing what was in his trunk, he immediately turned and vomited. Following this vomit session, he looked up to see a man standing in front of him. The man could not have been more than 3 feet tall. He was wearing tight shorts that would only fit an infant, a sleeveless t-shirt with the words, "Show me your busy beaver," and neon green flip-flops. On his head was a Budweiser trucker's hat, and on his face a Friday the 13th style mask with penises drawn all over it. "Who the hell are you, and what in the bloody hell is in my damn trunk?" shouted the robber. "Who am I? I am the worst thing that could happen to a criminal with a weak stomach such as yourself. I am an enigma. I am a savior. I am the one whom you shall fear for the remainder of your days. I am the flaming placenta." Upon saying this, TFP reached into a backpack hanging over his shoulder and pulled out a gooey, bloody mass. He lit it ablaze and threw it directly towards the face of the robber. As he was struck with it, the robber began vomiting violently. After about 10 minutes of this vomiting session, the robber passed out, giving TFP ample time to do what needed to be done. He reached into his backpack and pulled out 2, count 'em 2, dried up umbilical cords. He proceeded to bind the hands and the legs of the criminal and placed a call to the local police department as an anonymous tip. By the time Mr. Woodruff had awoken, the police had taken the robber into custody and were checking his vitals to make sure that he was okay. What happened? One minute I'm at gunpoint and the next I'm waking up surrounded by police?" he asked. "It appears someone stopped things just in time. It also looks like whoever they are, they knew the criminal's weak stomach and used it to their advantage. Apparently you have a weak stomach yourself, eh, Mr. Woodruff?" The officer laughed. "Yes, I don't know what it was, but man, was it disgusting. I pray that I never have to see anything like that as long as I live," he said. As the officer walked back to his car, he was discussing the ordeal with one of his fellow officers. "I don't know who this guy is, but he's one hell of a person. Hopefully this wasn't just an isolated incident." The other officer responded by simply saying, "Only time will tell, my friend. Only time will tell." I won't stop until Hoke City is free from all of this crime and lawlessness. It's only a matter of time before everyone has the flaming placenta in their mouths. Thus ends episode 1 of TFP, The Unveiling. Let it be known that this is only the beginning of TFP.